Gentlemen, start your engine.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back again here on a Sunday night for the Blazing Pedals Xfinity Series brought to us by Savage Edge Graphics. Go check out savageedge.com where they'll put your name on anything. We're coming at you live tonight from the Atlanta Motor Speedway, the newly redesigned Atlanta Motor Speedway. Going to be somewhat like plate racing here tonight, but we're going, how many laps are we doing tonight, Terry? So the big thing tonight that we're going to be paying attention to is obviously fuel, as we do every week, but how much is that right front tire going to wear down? I was listening to a few drivers here in practice. They were saying, Terry, that those right sides wear down pretty quick.
A lot of them is worried, Sam, tonight about the big one. A lot of guys just want to ride around, keep that car clean.
As my, I had you muted there, but it's all good.
That's all right. I don't mind talking occasionally.
Well, tonight, ladies and gentlemen, the race is sponsored by TRJ Karting. So that's going to be the trjkarting.com 294 tonight here at Atlanta. And Terry, you said, what, 196 laps?
Yes, sir. 196 laps at this 1.54 mile track that runs like Daytona and Talladega. Full board, man. You're going at it.
All right, so we got Josh out in chat, Terry. He says that Dalton Curo in the 41 feels like that's going to be the car to beat tonight.
Boy, I tell you what, there's a lot of fast cars out there kind of looking. Sorry, I had to switch sides. New driver in the 23, Kobe Suffin. He's right now, he's at the top of the board with 30.6. Cody Gibson with a 30.6. Dalton Kilroy is up there with a 30.6. So I think it's anybody's game, man, just like it is at Daytona and Talladega.
See Mark out in chat, Terry. Hey, Mark, I can run a commercial right now if you want.
Yeah, he got on my butt last week about not interviewing him pre-race like I do a lot of the drivers, and I kept looking for you, Mark, so you're SOL tonight, brother.
Only about 12 seconds left to go here in practice, and Kobe Sutphin is at the top of the board, but I mean, as we really know, that really doesn't matter here tonight.
No, and we're going to tell you why, ladies and gentlemen. And I've got it wrote down on my pad in big bright letters, and it's also highlighted. Draft. You can pick up so much speed here, and these things will draft up quickly. Another thing I want to touch on, Sam, going down the backstretch, the lanes on the back stretch are 3 to 4 wide. The front stretch actually has 5 separate lanes. So I think we're going to see 4 or 5 wide racing tonight, Sam.
I know you didn't just say 4 or 5 wide racing.
I absolutely did. I think we're going to see
You can barely go 3 wide at Atlanta, and this guy's talking about going 5 wide at Atlanta.
I think we're going to see it.
I think we're going to see it. I think you got high hopes. Ladies and gentlemen, I am getting word from Race Control right now. It is time to head down trackside for pre-race ceremonies while some of these drivers go out and qualify. If you could please rise and remove your hats for tonight's national anthem. All right, we're back live here on truesimproductions. Drivers, only a few, about 13, have gone out on track and started their qualifying runs. Right now, Amanda Sherman's finishing up her run, currently 13th on the board. She's going to jump all the way up to 4th there, Terry, on her second lap. As more times are going to start coming in here. We got John Perkins just took the pole with a 32.21.
You brought Amanda Sherman's name up, Sam. She's missed the last few races and has fallen back in the points dramatically. She's back in 35th place right now in our Blazing Pedals Savage Edge points battle.
Well, you know what would fix that, Terry?
Show up to races.
Well, I mean, I guess so. But you know what would fix that now?
What's that?
A win.
Okay, so I actually talked to Amanda before pre-race here. I asked her what her goal was for tonight. She says, get up front, finish, and she's really looking to get around some drivers she's really comfortable with. We've had a lot of drivers come in this season, and a lot of them the older drivers she knows is she wants to kind of stick around with those kind of drivers.
Right now, John Perkins still holds on to the pole. Taylor Butcher-Benjamin just went second fastest. Mark Arthur third on the board. Kyle Wellman ninth. Trying to see if there's anybody who's just starting their run. How about Dalton Kilrow? He's out on track, Terry.
Dalton Kilrow in that 41. Well, I did not get a chance to talk to. Oh, he was.
Yeah, he was. Yeah. Something going on there with the 41 of Kilrow.
Didn't like the way it felt, I guess.
All right. Well, how about this 24 car, Sam Lawson? He was up there in practice, Terry.
Yeah, I was watching him in practice. I actually got to go down to his pits and talk to Sam. The only thing he told me tonight, Sam, was top 10 out of the 24. So we're going to have to watch that Sam Lawson night in that 24, see if he gets that top 10.
That's going to require a lot of patience tonight, Terry. I mean, I know you said they're going to be going 4 or 5 wide, but I'm still going to be saying it's going to be really tough to pass here. You're going to have to find a hole and make those moves. But the question is when do you actually make those moves?
So a few of the guys, I said they want to run around the back and be there at the end. And again, stay out of that big one that can possibly happen. I shouldn't say it's going to, but it definitely could happen. There's the 41 back on track.
Seen quite a few drivers go below the line here in qualifying.
Yeah, Sam, pre-race, the race control told us you can go below that line during qualifying only. Tires below that line, the hammer's going to get you. If you get caught with 2 tires below that line, trying to gain position, the hammer might take you out.
Well, Terry, not many cars still out on track qualifying. We're watching Joshua Rutherford. He's on his first lap. He's using that high line to his advantage right here, trying to get as much momentum built up in that number 64 Camaro. Ryan Dees just goes quick time with a 32.19.
Josh Rutherford did that 64, takes his first lap, moves it up to the 34th spot. Nope, I'm sorry, 26th spot, somewhere in there. Catching up.
That was only his first lap, though, Terry. He is showing 26 on the board. It was only his first lap, and he ran the high line of the racetrack, so it's going to be a lot slower. We're going to have to see what he does here on his second.
So, Sam, I'm wondering, we was in Indianapolis last week.
Rutherford goes fourth quickest. Sorry, Terry. Just wanted to point that out real quick. That was a good time there for that number 64.
Awesome run out of Josh Rutherford. But we've seen these guys get stretched out last week in a 2-mile track. Are we going to see that tonight with these guys?
Terry, that was Indianapolis. It's a complete different ball game. We're going to be drafting here. The only thing that makes me think they might get spread out is what we saw last year with the ARCA cars when we ran those. They actually did get pretty spread out, and once those right side tires started wearing in, it was almost like they were running old Atlanta again for a hot second. But once everybody got tires again, it went right back to plate racing. So I don't know what exactly we're going to see here tonight.
I'm kind of looking at new driver Kobe Sutphin, and then that 23 right now, he's the only one on track qualified. We still got 10, 11 of them that have not taken a qualifying lap, Sam. You think it's a strategy where they just want to stay in back and let all the stuff happen up front?
I mean, it's something we see with any plate race that we call it. I know they don't have plates anymore or whatever, but it's with any plate race. You're going to have guys who think the strategy is, they're going to sit in the back, just kind of ride around, tick off some laps, and once it comes down to crunch time, they're going to start making that move up towards the front. The thing is, with here at Atlanta, it's not like Daytona and Talladega. You really can't, make those big moves like you would on a bigger track like that. It's going to take a lot of patience tonight.
And watching practice, I've seen a lot of guys doing a lot of bumping and trying to draft. Now, again, with this car, it can overheat a little bit. So we got to pay attention to that one right there, banging them front ends on somebody's backside. Cody Sutphin in that 23 up to 23rd right now.
27th. He's in car 23.
Boy, I'm gonna get, look, I gotta look at a different screen. There we go. Yep, he's up to 27th.
I think he's out there just doing a couple extra laps here in qualifying. He's already taken his 2 laps. 34.67.
Yeah, I just counted it. We got 10 drivers that has not taken 1 lap yet. So I think it's a strategy thing, man. We got Zimmerman out there. He hasn't taken a lap. Dustin Ping, Tanner Marr, Dalton Kilrow. Although we saw Dalton pull out. Corey Sherman, Larry Bell, Michael Miller, Stephen T. Johnson. Wow. Mike Massengill and Chris Carroll. None of them has taken a lap yet. Now, last season's winner here, Sam, at Atlanta, was Paul Ellison in that 55. I heard on the pre-show somebody was picking Ellison tonight.
did too, but I can't exactly remember who. Was it Carol?
I believe it was Carol, yes. One of them picked Corey Sherman, and oh no, I can't remember who the other one picked.
Well, Terry, you know what time it is.
Time to probably look at this, how these things going to start off.
I let you fire them off first now, Terry. It's all you.
Here we go. Starting on the pole, Brian Dees in the 17. Next outside to him be John Perkins in the 33. Then we go back to the field with Taylor Butcher Benjamin starting third. Joshua Rutherford starting fourth. In the fifth spot is Mark Arthur. In the sixth is Jamie Walker. Dave Seeds coming out in the seventh spot. Ty Roscoe in the eighth. Paul Ellsworth at 55 starting ninth. Derek Paulson in the sixth and 10th. Kyle Wellman starting in 11th. Aaron Bockover starting 12th. Hank Caston starting out 13th, and his 36 in the 89. This is Lone Dutchman, Phil Van Fleet in the 14th. Ooh, I'm running out of breath. Rick Thompson starting 15th in the 76. Good, Sam.
Amanda Sherman going to be to his outside in 16th. Samuel Lawson, the governor, going to be rolling off in P17 with Mike Hamlin to his outside in 18th. Donald Bennett is going to be starting in 19th position with Joe Alberico starting in 20th. Ryan Flanagan, first race, I should say, for Ryan Flanagan here tonight. Going to be rolling off 21st. Corey Rutherford going to be starting 22nd. Andy Poliski in 23rd. Cody Gibson to his outside in 24th. Going on down through the field, we got Chris Legou in 25th with Mackenzie Roon to his outside in 26th. Cody Sutphin going to be starting 27th, and then you got Chris Carroll in 28th. Brian Zimmerman's going to be rolling off 29th. Stephen Johnson to his outside in 30th. Dalton Kiro in 31st. Dustin Ping 32nd. Tanner Marr 33rd. Larry Bell 34th. Corey Sherman in 35th. Michael Miller in 36th. And rounding out tonight's field in 37th is going to be Mike Massengill in the number 20.
Sam, I didn't mean to stop early on you. I just realized you read a whole lot more than I did. I'm sorry about that.
That's all right. They would have started rolling anyway and then would have messed y'all up.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, the field is lining up behind the pace car, coming down pit lane. Pit speed tonight is 45 mile an hour, and pace car speed is 55 mile an hour.
As we told you, everybody, it's going to be about 25 to 35 laps. That's our fuel window for tonight.
And I'm sure, Sam, we're going to see, I bet we see a few of them trying to save a little bit of fuel tonight.
It's going to be difficult, Terry, because you're going to be on throttle most of the evening. So if these guys can do it, I mean, I'm sure they're going to be, I'm sure they're going to try. We know someone out there is definitely going to try. I think it's that 41 car starting in the back.
You read my mind.
Well, the pace car is going to pull down pit road, Terry. Ryan Dees and John Perkins on the front row going to lead them down for this one. Green flag is out, and we are racing for the TRJkarting.com 294. I forgot the number. I had to look at the logo.
17 of Brian Dees. Not a bad start there. Teammate Taylor Butcher Benjamin in the 10 following him with the 14 of Dave Seats behind Taylor Butcher Benjamin. On that outside, we got Taylor Perkins Dees. John Perkins in that 33 with the 64 Rutherford, trying to get up to him, maybe push him around these guys.
Saw a couple of cars there on the outside lane right there, Terry. They got tight. One of them was Ty Morosco. Now, he was someone I was talking to before the race started, and he was mentioning he was working with his teammate Derek Paulson, and he was talking about, oh man, I just got tight right there. So these guys in the wake of this draft are getting tight in the corner. We're gonna have to see them back out of the throttle quite a bit. Right now we see that inside lane starting to get formed up, starting to work together, and now MFRD leading both lanes right now.
As Taylor Butcher Benjamin actually jumped outside beside the 17, trying to pull John Perkins in that 33 along with him.
Right behind Brian Dees, you got Dave Seats. Remember, that's Watkins Glen's winner. running back there. We'll say second on the inside lane because their positions are going to be jumping back and forth all night long, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I think we're definitely going to have a bunch of lead changes tonight.
Well, so far, Brian Dees and Taylor Butcher Benjamin have been fighting over it. But again, I mean, everybody's going to probably start to single file out. Everybody wants to just kind of turn laps right now. 196 laps is a long way, especially here at Atlanta when you're going to be this close to every car around you. So last time by, actually, it was Chris Legou with the fastest lap of the race back there in 20th. And that's my point, Terry. He's pulling that draft, ran a 31.02.
Chris Legou just got in here not too long ago, got his hauler there, got it unloaded as he was actually at another track crew chief in the day. So I don't know how he finished today. So, but congratulations anyway, Chris, on what you've done this weekend, buddy.
So we go back up to the front of the field here. Brian Dees, still your race leader, fighting it from Taylor Butcher Benjamin. He's got Dave Seats right behind him there on the inside groove. That outside lane starting to kind of fall apart here, Terry. There's only 4 cars up top, and they're not really close together right now.
I talked to, I can't remember what driver it was, but Joe Alberico, I talked to him today in the 83. His thing tonight is to keep it clean, but he says, man, if you get the help up top, that is the place you want to be.
Well, it looks like John Perkins and Taylor Butcher Benjamin, they're working pretty well together. Fast lap times are coming in left and right here, ladies and gentlemen. Last time by, it was Steven Johnson back here in 33rd who ran a 30.79.
Again, I'm sure that's because of maybe a little draft.
I don't know what that is. So they're 2x2 still up near the front of the field, Terry, but kind of near the middle there. It looks like they're trying to get single filed out. Maybe just trying to work around each other, figure out what everybody's car is going to do. If everybody can take a push right now, this is kind of the feel out phase. They were single file there for a couple of laps, and then all of a sudden now we're racing again. Everybody's 2x2.
Looks like the 13 of Ryan Flanagan just gets up behind the 23. Kobe Suffin just plowed into him to push him along the way to catch up to that 89 of Van Fleet.
Got to be careful with that, Terry. You're going to be monitoring your temperatures all night long, and if you hit someone hard enough, you could damage that radiator, and you're going to have to worry about your temperatures even more than worry about this car blowing up. We've seen it happen a couple of times already this season.
Absolutely. Kind of seems like every race, Sam, we've had somebody blow up because they get a little bit of damage on that front end.
Everybody's doing a really good job here, though, Terry. I mean, they're giving each other plenty of room right now. It's almost like they're just trying to feel out who they want to work with. Taylor Butcher Benjamin has the advantage over Brian Dees right now. I mean, John Perkins and Taylor Butcher Benjamin are working great together right now. But, yeah, I think everybody's just kind of feeling each other out.
Now, Sam, we're 9 laps into this. I've been watching these guys when they come across that front stretch and that dog leg or tri-oval, whatever you want to call it. They're staying away from that red line. I mean, like everybody's scared of that thing. Like I said, the hammer could possibly come down on them if they get too far down on that thing and try to get a position off of it.
Yeah, and that's just like real life NASCAR, right? We see it all the time at Daytona and Talladega, and then ever since they made Atlanta the way it is, NASCAR implemented that red line rule. At Talladega and Daytona, it's a double yellow, but here it's a solid red line with a couple white lines. So I haven't seen anybody try to go down there, Terry. I don't think we will because everybody knows how the hammer is, and he's pretty good at his job. I wouldn't want to flirt with that. I wouldn't want to try it.
Nah, man, he's got an eagle eye. I can't remember the band name, but I Am the Eye in the Sky. That's him right there.
So there's just a lot of movement going on right now, Terry, and I think that's just because nobody knows what lane's going to actually progress. Right now, neither lane has really gotten an advantage over the other. They got formed up on the bottom part of the racetrack, but those top cars running alongside each other, and there's only 4 of them. They're making it work up there, 4 or 5 of them.
Now we see y'all out there in chat, man. I mean, Sam and I keep looking over there. I just happened to notice Michael Falk said, check out the 40. Oh, 17. Or, I can't even tell what number that is. The 13 got into the wall a little bit.
Doesn't look like it hurt him all that much. He keeps it rolling.
The 28 of Mike Hamlin happened to be right on his tail when that happened, Sam. And I wouldn't doubt too much if Hamlin doesn't have maybe a little front end damage now.
We're taking a look at that 41 car, Terry.
Well, that 41 car, that paint scheme on there, that's a brand new one. If I'm not mistaken, I think Michael Falk out of MFRD, I think his daughter actually designed that one. And I'm sorry, Michael, I cannot ever remember how to pronounce her name.
Well, Dalton Kilroe's actually up 15 spots from the start of this race. He just got a good run right there on the lone Dutchman and slots down in front of the 8 of Amanda Sherman. Amanda Sherman's actually only lost 1 spot since the start of this race, back there in 17th. Again, probably just riding around.
Yeah, just trying to keep that 8 out of trouble. Right now, she's got 2 teammates basically in front of the 44 Bockover. 8 and 9 of Van Fleet, and no, I'm not trying to be biased. It's just fact, Mark.
We do have a couple of onboard cameras tonight, ladies and gentlemen, and bring up all 3 of them. We got Paul Ellison, who's actually last season's winner here. It was a late last lap pass for the win, got himself locked into the playoffs last season with that. He's on camera, and then we always got Corey Sherman from Savage Edge. He's there with his VR and his motion rig, and then we always got Rick Thompson, Speed Mafia.
Yeah, these guys are awesome for letting us do that, and we're kind of seeing 3 types of the way these guys race. We got Paul Ellison just using a monitor. We got Rick Thompson using a VR. Then we got Corey Sherman using a VR and a motion rig. So that's about 3 good ways to do it here at Blazing Pedals. You're kind of watching these guys up front, Sam. They are catching a lap car already of Cody Gibson. Cody Gibson takes it down to the bottom to let these guys get around him. Good call out of the 7 car.
Now that's not going to be a penalty, ladies and gentlemen, just so we're aware. Cody Gibson went down there to lay over for the field. And I mean, what's going on with this 7 car, Terry? Do we know? Because he's not being scored that he went down pit road or anything like that.
No, I don't know. Maybe electrical issues or something, Sam. Maybe the pit stop. Is Cody even in here? Maybe we can get a talk to him on a pit stop or something.
We're taking lap 18 of 196. We're almost within our first fuel window. Ooh, Joshua Rutherford there. Looks like the air might have got him a little out of shape. Ty Moroska's going to go down to the bottom now. He was working with that 64, now slides back up. So I stand corrected.
As you're talking about that, I see Sam Lawson in 24, Hank Caston into 36, kind of touch each other. Lawson was to the outside of Caston's right rear and had to make a big adjustment in that 24 car.
Sam Lawson said he wanted a top 10 tonight, Terry. Currently there in 10th. He's got Dalton Kilroe right behind him. He's following Ty Morosco. You got Hank Caston up there. You got Rick Thompson up here in the mix. Donald Bennett. Donald Bennett's a name we really haven't said a whole lot about this season.
No, Donald Bennett, definitely, yeah, in that 31. Kind of by himself, kind of maybe getting a little air off the 6 car of Paulson. He's got Amanda Sherman coming up behind him, maybe going to try to push him up there a little bit.
So everybody's back to 2x2, Terry. I thought we were going to see maybe them kind of single file out and just kind of ride right now, but they're not doing that. And we're getting close to that fuel window. They got to get down to the bottom here at some point.
Yeah, up here in the front, man, the first 4 rows is 2x2x2x2. And now the 5th row's coming in with Thompson and Lawson I couldn't remember their names. Making it too wide all the way through here. I'm telling you, we're going to see some crazy stuff later on here. $14 of seats was looking to the inside of these and decided
big move
better
there,
that.
Terry. Did you see that big move by John Perkins? He got pushed out by Taylor, and he dropped right down in front of D's. John Perkins to the race lead. Oh, someone's out of shape back there. Is that Alberico in the 83? Everybody's trying to get around him right now. He was slow down the backstretch, Terry. A bunch of cars had to avoid him.
Yeah, everybody had to whoa up. Luckily, Alberico kept at 83 underneath of him. Yeah, it looks like he's getting her back up to speed a little bit, Sam. We got the 78 McKenzie run. Keep working her way, and Chris Legou is working her way around him. So something's in that 83 car. He ain't liking it now.
Chris Legou, Mr. Four-time now, isn't it, Terry?
It absolutely is Mr. Four-time. And again, he was at his home track with the car that he crew chiefs today, actually pretty much for the weekend. So he hasn't had a lot of practice today.
Having a good run right now. He's sitting in 25th, just kind of riding, getting a feel for it. Still plenty of time here, Terry. I mean, we're only on lap 24.
24 of 196 here at the TRJ Karting sponsored race here at Blazing Pedals by Savage Edge. So, Tim, thanks again, man. We really do appreciate what you do for the league. Anybody interested in some go-karting apparel or go-karting needs, pretty much anything, bodies, motors, whatever you need, a bolt, Tim over at trjkarting.com can set you up.
We were talking about this driver before the race, Terry. He got picked on Track Talk. That's 55 of Paul Ellison, currently fourth in line on the bottom. But he's running in sixth right now, up 3 spots from the start of the race. Doing a good job in that 55 so far. So he won it last year. He's going to go and try and do it again this year.
Kind of a funny little story with the 36, Hank Captain. I talked to him. He goes, man, I don't like these type of tracks. They're fast, and he wants more of a, I don't know what you want to call it, but his big thing tonight, he just doesn't want to be in the big one.
I don't think anybody wants to be in the big one, Terry.
Absolutely not. I agree with you. That's John Perkins, man. He's making that 33 a little wide, Sam.
Well, here's the thing. Oh, Josh Rutherford got the wall a little bit there on entry. He's able to gather it back up. I don't think it hurt him all that much, just a little scrape, but the tire definitely got the wall right there. We're getting close to these green flag pit stops there. Nobody has moved down to the bottom. They're trying. There goes Josh Rutherford down to the bottom right now. Teammate Paul Ellison letting him in.
Doc, Taylor Butcher Benjamin actually said something about getting down so he can come up and do his pit stop when he's needed. I think Rutherford backed off to let him in.
So this is where it's going to get interesting, Terry. We've seen green flag pit stops at Daytona and Talladega. This is a whole nother ball game. Yeah, it races like those tracks, but pit road, this is going to get wild.
Yeah, like right now where they're going into turn, I don't know where they're at right now. They're doing 178 mile an hour, Sam, we're hitting that turn. Then they got to get that thing slowed down, make out hard left down the pit lane. It's going to be a blast to watch.
Yeah, this isn't a track, like I said, like Daytona or Talladega, where you're coming off the corner and you got a whole straightaway where you can slow down. They're going to have to start checking up here on probably about the middle of the corner. They're going so fast.
Sam, I was watching a one of Ty Moroska. He was up top forever trying to make his way down to the bottom. Nobody let him in. He actually had to get behind the 76 of Rick Thompson. I think teammate Derek Paulson in the 6 actually had to let him in.
Yeah, you got Derek Paulson right there, but you also got Dalton Kilrow. So, I mean, I think Ty kind of saw that, and of course they're communicating with each other. So, good move by those guys to work together as a team, right, Terry? And I mean, now they're all lined up, so that's even better. Now you just got to nail your pit stop. The real question is, we know, Terry, 4 sets of tires are sitting behind that pit wall. Do you take a set here?
I did not do the math on this, Sam, so
it's not even so much math at this track. That's the thing, Terry. I mean, is it going to affect you here? We were talking about the right front being a problem maybe here later in the race. So are we going to see right sides only at some point? Are we going to see no tire stops tonight? Are these guys saving that right front tire here early on?
I definitely think we're going to see a no tire. And if I was a bet man, I think I'd do it now. That way, when you come back out on track, you know what that tire is going to be doing. You know, you can go through your buttons and look at your tire wear right now and maybe judge something at the end of this thing.
I think right now they are just communicating with each other. You can correct me if I'm wrong, Terry, but I mean, the whole field right now is single file, and pit stops are going to be starting here in a couple of laps, I'm sure.
I did hear the 12 car holler out. I think he said he had 3 laps left of fuel. So that's going to put him right about 35-ish. So Perkins slowing down. First one off the racetrack down the pit lane.
Is his teammates going to follow him?
Oh!
Trying to chase him down, timing and scoring.
Oh, John Perkins sideways coming down pit lane. I wouldn't be too surprised if he doesn't get a penalty for that.
All right, let's go back and take a look at it, Terry. Yeah, he gets down on that apron and just loses it, whips it around. That's so close.
Get busy.
Well, we got to see what happened to Perkins.
Oh, that's fine. I'm just here. They come.
Ryan D's down the pit road. I'm going to bring the race.
24 Lawson in the grass.
That's going to be an unsafe pit entry for the number 24, so that's not going to be good. Brian D's, Dave Seats, Taylor Butcher Benjamin,
Jamie Walker, 88, also in the grass.
Problems for Jamie Walker. Joshua Rutherford, your new race leader right now. When are we going to see these guys come down pit road? Here comes Rutherford. Teammate Ellison leaves him, though, Terry. Oh, he's spinning Rutherford. That's 3 the pit road gremlin has got so far, Terry.
Wow, these guys are going to have to back off, I think, a little more on that next stop.
Flanagan.
Paul Wilson actually just called us out, so I'm going to stay on him.
Flanagan and Mike Massengill making contact there on entry. Wasn't much, just a little rubbing. Paul Ellison and Rick Thompson stay out on track.
Ellison actually coming in. There's going to be a whole slew here. I hear them all calling out.
Yep, we're watching it right now. Oh, the 31. He got loose. Is he going to save it? He does. Was he able to get it worked down, though? That's the question. Now they're 3 wide here on pit road. Bach over Poliski, and Poliski had to back way out of it. He kind of got unlucky being up on the top side there. Rick Thompson and Chris Carroll are the only 2 that are out on the track right now, Terry. Everybody else has brought it down pit side.
I believe Chris Carroll just called out. I think he is pitting this time. No, he's not. Yeah,
he is.
I don't know what he's doing.
He's coming behind Rick Thompson here. Thompson almost loses it as well. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. This pit road is an obvious challenge for everybody right now.
Wow.
I'm showing Mike Massengill got a black flag, Terry. I don't know if he's the only one. I think it might have been a speeding on pit road. Corey Sherman, slow off pit road, Terry. Really slow off pit road. What's going on with the number 3?
I don't think he done anything wrong that I seen.
I think he's out of gas, Terry.
Oh no, that happened to him last week, Sam.
That did.
He's
completely out of fuel. Car is not running for the number 3. Stuck on the apron. Is this going to pull out of caution? Yeah, he's going to have to come to a stop. He's trying. He's slow, but he's clutching. He's actually, Terry, I'm on the in-car with him. He's kind of going up the hill and then down the hill to keep the momentum going.
Gravity can work wonders for you. Now, he is allowed to be pushed if somebody wants to come off track and push him. You just can't push him
Caution
to
flag.
finish the race.
Caution flag, Terry.
I wonder if that is because of him.
It's got to be because there's nothing else I'm seeing. He's so close there to the. And you know, I mean, we see this in real life NASCAR, right? And a lot of people would probably see this and say, hey, why didn't that 3-car tow? If he feels he can make it, he's going to try, and I don't really see a problem with that. Unfortunately, he brought out a caution. He'll probably get the EOL for that if this is on him. But I don't know. He's trying, Terry. He's almost there.
I don't think he's going to have enough to get to his pit. I don't know. He started 35th.
He's already going to go a lap down here. He's 1 lap down at least right now, about to be 2. That's not where he wants to be right now. But I don't know. Would it have been worth it to tow? Maybe he would have only lost those 2 laps while he was towing. I don't know.
Sam, I think he's going to make it to his pit.
I mean, I'm keeping a camera on him because I'm genuinely curious. Look at that. He did it.
Wow. Out of the 3 car, he made his pit stop.
So I didn't realize he had that pit stall farther in the back right there. So, yeah, I mean, you know, you can hate him or love him for that move. It didn't bring out a caution, but Terry, he made it.
As he's trying to get out now, man, he's down 3 laps showing to me, Sam.
That's not good. I mean, maybe we can talk to him. Should we bring him up?
Oh boy, that's your call.
Yeah, let's bring him up. Gotta find him right here real quick. Hey, Corey Sherman, driver of the number 3 car, Sam and Terry up in the booth. You got us?
Yeah.
I know you probably are not. You're probably not too happy right now, but we were watching you there, and like, bravo for making it to your pit stall. But can you walk me through at least what happened to you out there?
Well, I saw somebody spinning. I don't know who it was, and I was trying not to run into the back of Amanda coming on, and Philip was spun on pit road too. So, and then I forgot that I was pitting at the end. So that's what happened there, and it was a long way around.
So it wasn't a case of the auto fuel thing again happening for you, right?
No, I actually turned that off in the app. .ini.
All right, man. Well, hey, we just wanted to see what happened to you and just kind of give you congratulations because we saw you working the apron there trying to gain some momentum to get to your pit box. So we'll let you get back down to your team, Corey.
Yeah.
Tomorrow night.
Yeah, I barely made it, but yeah, we made it. So hopefully we get some more cautions. They'll get some laps back.
All right, Corey. Hey, we'll get you back down there and good luck in the rest of the race, buddy.
All right, thanks, man.
That was Corey Sherman, driver of the number 3. Terry, I'm honestly glad it just wasn't the auto fuel thing again, because that happened. That happened to him last week, and when his first reaction when we brought him up, you heard him. Yeah, that's what I first thought. It was Corey Sherman with the auto fuel problem again. Did you hear anything from the hammer there, Terry? Was he calling that on Corey? I see him getting an EOL there.
I didn't see nobody getting the EOL or nothing.
It might just be dropping Corey for something else then. I don't know. He's falling back though.
Yeah, I'm looking back.
We're already double
I
foul.
don't see nothing.
We had a couple of drivers come down pit road right there, Terry. The first one to come down was Steven Johnson in that number 2. Everybody else in front of Steven stayed out. So a little bit of strategy going on right here.
Alrighty, man. I tell you, I just can't get over what just happened.
Like I said, I didn't really want to keep the camera on Corey for that long, but I'm impressed he got that thing to pit road.
Yeah, same here. Yeah, I don't see nobody getting an EOL. I'm looking back through there, and yeah, I think Corey's okay.
Well, we're about to fire him off once again here. That was caution number 1 here tonight. And it really wasn't brought out by anybody's wrecking or anything, Terry, so that's good. But Dave Seats, now your race leader. Fires him off. We're back underway.
Dave Seats in a 14. Nice jump in front of Taylor Butcher Benjamin as Brian Dees has Hank Caston on the back of him. I think Caston's trying to get up here to that bumper to 17 and push him around these guys.
Yeah, that was a good jump by Seats, Terry. And even these 4 that are out front, they're out there right now, but when everybody starts to get a full head of steam, they're going to run them down real quick.
There we go. Paul Ellison, the 55, running 5th right now, getting some good air behind Taylor Butcher Benjamin, and he is just climbing man, he's getting these guys quick.
Yeah, that draft is playing a huge factor. How about Dustin Ping? He's up 26 spots from the start of the race, Terry, but unfortunately, I don't think he's going to be eligible for biggest mover because he didn't set a qualifying time.
Absolutely not. So, yeah, Dustin will not receive any points for that biggest mover. I think it falls down to the next driver. I think that's how we're doing that now.
He's still having a good run up there, hanging on the 6th spot, but he was one of them drivers that came down on lap 34. So now this is where it's going to start to get interesting, Terry. We're going to be seeing pit stops again around lap 60, but almost lap 70 for about half the field.
Yeah, and again, we will watch the pit stops, see if these guys learned something from his first one. But I tell you what, Sam, we're about 45 laps into this. Everybody has kept, other than the pit stops, I think everybody's doing an awesome job out
Caution
here.
on Speedway. I hear big problems going on in the back.
Tanner Moore, Corey Sherman, Tom Rosso, Maskill. Wow.
Yeah, we're on the replay right now. Oh, Corey Sherman involved. What happened to Corey Sherman? It's like that left front just locked up on him. He comes out, he gets hit by Tanner right there. Oh, I hit the wrong button. Hold on, there we go.
I know Zimmerman actually was out there apologizing, so I don't know who it's going to be on.
And it looks like Corey just kind of slammed on the brakes right there.
Mark Arthur was involved with that. Corey Rutherford, Chris Carroll.
There was a lot
Jamie
of drivers
Walker,
involved
man.
right there. Sam Lawson got a big piece of it. And Mark Arthur got a piece of it.
It's showing Sam Lawson, Joshua Rutherford both get a meatball flag right now, Sam, so they have to come in and pit.
You know, they were having good runs too. I mean, it's just, it's way too early to be making moves like that. I don't know exactly what happened. It looked like Ty was trying to slide up in front of Tanner, and he just wasn't clear. Is what started the whole chain reaction of that. We'll have to see what the hammer says. And again, Terry, half the field coming down pit road, but a bunch of these guys out front just staying out front.
Yeah, I was listening to the hammer. This is on Ty Morosco in the number 1 car. Hammer says he got his nose involved with the other cars, so that went out to Ty Morosco in the number 1. He will be going to the end of the line, and I'm sure he's still sitting in the pits.
Yeah, we're taking another look at it right here. I mean, it's clear. Ty just kind of drifts up, and Tanner's nose just happens to be there. He gets out of shape, and that just causes the whole chain reaction.
A lot of cars gotten that involved with that one there, Sam. A lot of big runners there.
Hopefully that's the only big one of the night. And that right there, ladies and gentlemen, shows you sometimes you're not always safe in the back of the field.
No, I do it too, Sam. I'll start in the back and try to work my way up. But, yeah, you're not always safe back here.
Oh, lights are already off on the pace car.
Sam, the hammer just dropped the black flag on the 78 of McKenzie Ruin, not staying to the right of pit lane.
Oh, man. Oh, he's slow on the racetrack too. Did he get an EOL?
I don't know what he got actually.
I mean, it's a passer penalty, but he's going to the rear here. He's really slow on the apron.
Sam, I'm getting poked by Mr. Joshua Rutherford, but I don't see him in the infield care center just yet.
Let's go ahead and get through this restart, and if he's poking you, I'll pull him up.
Damn, boy.
I'm just trying to figure out what the 78 was doing there. Normally when you get a black flag, you don't go to the rear of the field, so.
Yeah, all I'm reading is Mackenzie Run was black flagged for not staying to the right of pit road.
Well, the green flag's back out in the air, Terry. Go ahead and pull. I'll bring old Josh Rutherford up and you can talk to him real quick.
Okay.
You got him?
Hey, Josh. Terry and Sam got me?
I got you.
Buddy, what happened, buddy?
I made it through the first wreck. They started wrecking again, and I turned into a pinball.
Is the damage bad on that 64?
About 12 minutes. We got about 3 of it done at the moment. We'll get back out there, but chances of a win are gone.
Josh,
Go ahead, Terry.
Josh, I was going to ask, how is the track? How does it feel with other cars around you?
It's not too bad. It's a little sketchy when you're going into the corners. You got to lift a little bit, otherwise it tries to float up. But as a whole, it handles okay. The trick was pit entry. That was just a sheet of ice.
Yeah, we just watched you guys come down pit lane and it looked like y'all having problems. But, buddy, we'll get you back down there where you was and, well, get that thing back out there, get some points.
We'll get it back out there.
All right, bud.
That was driver of the number 64, Joshua Rutherford. You heard him, about 12 minutes of repairs, and crew's hard at work trying to get that 64 back out on track, try and salvage a good points night out of this race.
Yeah, these guys definitely working for points tonight. I just happened to see Mackenzie run. It looked like he might have actually took his car to the hauler, Sam.
Really?
That's what it looked like to me.
That's unfortunate, man. You really hate to see drivers getting a penalty and then backing out, Terry. You just hate to see it.
And I understand the frustration that goes on with these drivers, and you and I've been there, Sam.
Absolutely. I've also been black flagged for not staying to the right of pit road myself, but rules are rules, man. Side by side up here at the front, Taylor Butcher Benjamin trying to get to the race lead. It's actually two teams kind of working against each other right now. You got Limitless Motorsports along with MFRD here working rows 1 and 2. It looks like Mike Massengill is on pit road right now, unscheduled pit stop for the number 20.
Kobe Suffin really trying to work his way up to that 14. He just, I don't know if he's holding back, he just can't get to the 14 or what. But I think that bottom line could come around if he got up there along with Ellison and Perkins.
Hank Cassin's working on the back bumper of Brian Dees right now, trying to get that top group to work. And Derek Paulson's back there, Terry, but he is way off pace and big damage on that number 6 car as well. I think he's just kind of hurting that top lane right now. Dalton's just staying behind him, but I don't know, with that damage, I don't know how aerodynamic that 6 car is going to be right now.
Yeah, I'm really surprised the 41 of Kilrow is actually staying with him. Sam, we got somebody else in the infield care center.
Well, Terry, I'll bring him up, and you got him.
Sam Lawson, Sam and Terry, got us? Can't hear you, Sam. How about it?
I got you.
Oh, buddy, I talked to you pre-race. You said you're looking for a top 10 tonight. You ain't going to do it sitting in the infield care center. What's going on?
The car's just junked after that wreck, man. That's about it. Down on power. It's just tore up sitting there. Got the meatball flag. That's about it.
Well, from your vantage point, can you tell us what you might have seen?
From my point of view, I saw, I think it's the 4 and 1 they got together, and the 1 wrecked and like come down the track a little bit, and then Me and I think it's 88, the green car. I believe that's what it is. Mountain Dew, I think.
Yep. Jamie Walker.
Yeah, he got right behind me, and then the 3 car come back up the track, and there's no saving that from there.
Well, bud, I hate to see you out like this in that TSP. Man, we got a little, whoa, watch up the front, Sam. Wow.
I'm watching it. I got it.
Anyway, Sam, sorry. Bad night for the TSP car. I was hoping for that top 10. You actually had the car up there running strong early in the race. So we'll get you back down there where you was, buddy, and get that thing back out there, get them TSP points and all that good stuff.
Sounds good. Good luck, boys.
Thank you.
Rick Thompson and Paul Ellison, Terry, they just made a little bit of contact there coming out of turn 4. It looked like they were 3 wide. Ty Morosco up on the top, Paul Ellison and Rick Thompson racing on the bottom. It looked like Rick might have got a little loose trying to stay off a tie.
And Sam, Paul Ellison not happy at all with the 76. He did voice his opinion.
Hey, he's got some right side damage now because of it, Terry. I mean, he was holding his line. It just looked like Rick might have gotten loose, came down the track, but that's racing.
Absolutely. The 12 is really trying to. Whoa, he about got up to the side of the 76 of Thompson.
Yeah, these cars are moving all over the place right now, except for the top 3, which is Taylor Butcher Benjamin, Brian Dees, and Hank Caston. Now, the thing with that, Terry, is these guys, including Dave Seats, have not stopped yet. Well, aside from lap 33, they have not stopped since we've had those couple of cautions.
Yeah, they've got to be coming soon, I would think, at least the top 4 guys.
Ooh, looked like Hank Caston got tight a little bit right there. Almost pushed up in that 31 car.
Yeah, I was kind of watching that too. It looked like the 14 of Seats may have backed up just a hair bit. He may have saw something also. Right behind them, though, Sam, the 23 of Kobe Suffin and the 6 of Paulson. Oh, wow, lap traffic. Yeah, Corey Sherman staying high for him.
He is.
Good job out of Corey Sherman there.
Yep. Corey Sherman not doing nothing wrong right there. Actually went to the high side. He didn't even have to do that, but stays up to the top, stays out of the way.
I think these guys started figuring something out, Sam. I mean, we're 62 laps into this thing. I think we're starting to figure stuff out.
Yeah, they're figuring out they need to start signaling file out once again, Terry, because green flag pit stops are coming up once again. And you heard Joshua Rutherford talk about it when we were talking to him. That is just a solid sheet of ice down there, apparently trying to get to pit road.
Yeah, we're about ready to watch it here, and I imagine in a few more laps.
Well, right now, the top 4 are at 30 laps on this tank. So I'd say here in about 3 or 4, we're going to see these top 4 come down. Or top 3, I should say. Taylor Butcher Benjamin, Brian Dees, Hank Cass, and Dave Seats last pit on lap 33. How about that? It makes it a lot easier. Let's bring up the stint length here for the top 5.
And don't look now, 31 of Donald Bennett. Again, somebody we don't talk about a whole lot this season. He's up there in, 4th place right now? Or was. Now Dave Seats passed him.
Yeah, and he's going to... he's fighting hard up on that top lane, and he can, Terry. He last pit on lap 46. He can go a lot longer than these guys, about 10 whole more laps. So, same with a bunch of drivers behind him. The Michael Miller in that 27 is one of them. Ty Morosco, John Perkins, Mark Arthur, all those guys last pit on lap 46.
Yeah, those guys all pit while Donald Bennett is out there. Man, I cannot think tonight. That'll give Bennett some points for the championship to lead a lap.
Just wondering when everybody's going to start making their move down pit road.
Well, this is just awesome watching these guys. We got the 10 car and the 17 car single file. On back, we got almost 2 by 2 by 2, 3-4 lanes back, 5 lanes back. John Perkins, big run up onto the 27 of Michael Miller. Wow.
Yeah, but he doesn't
Mark
go
Arthur,
anywhere
too.
with it, Terry, and he's stuck. Yeah, you just mentioned Mark Arthur. Mark's stuck up there on the high lane. But again, Mark can go about 10 more laps than these guys who are probably trying to get to pit road here rather quickly.
Here comes the 28 car also. He's got a big run of Mike Hamlin.
Mike Hamlin's another driver who last pit on lap 46. Working the top groove right behind Mark Arthur there. Mike Arthur. Yeah, that's it.
Whatever. We know who he is.
Yeah, that guy.
Sam, I just got word that the 64, Josh Reifert, is taking his car back out on track. Gonna get them Blazing Pedals points.
And you have to, Terry. There's no stages. There's no winning you're in anymore. You got to go get every point you can get.
I wonder if these guys realize they're going to have to pit. I mean, they're 2-2 now, man.
Well, a bunch of the guys up top, Terry, they last, like Dalton Kilroy last pit on lap 40. But a bunch of those guys who are up on that top groove last pit on lap 46, 39 to 46.
Yeah, 36-14, they're sitting in prime spot where they have to be to come down pit lane. And man, they've got to be coming soon, I would think. They're at, I can't do the math, 35 laps now, or 36 laps.
Somewhere around there.
35, yeah.
Well, we did have those cautions too, so I imagine they at least saved a lap or two of fuel. So they probably can go a little bit longer than 35, which is what we're seeing right here. But it's going to be coming here, I'd say, rather quickly.
Yeah, Sam, I'm starting to notice something. You get out there by yourself, you get that clean air. I think you're just as fast as somebody, kind of pushing you a little bit.
A lot of these guys, when they jump up to that outside lane, I've noticed if they get out and nobody's in front of them, that car just kind of stalls out. We see it right here with the 31. Just really doesn't get that run off of the outside lane like we thought they would.
17 got close enough to the 10. Got that bubble of air and just gave him a little push.
Got someone
Holy
in
crap.
chat, Terry, asking about what happened to the stages. So we did away with the stages this season. We felt, I believe, Terry, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but we felt it would create a more incentive for people to stay in the race and try and get as many points as they can.
And you're absolutely right, Sam. And I honestly believe it is working. Again, we just saw Josh Rutherford come back out on track. He
Here we
knows.
go.
Oh, big. Yep, we got us a wreck with the 33, the 44, 6.
36
Wow.
is going around. Oh, wow. Yeah, big yellow. Big yellow.
Well, I guess they all can pit now. Go slow.
But you're going to stay out on track now. Dustin Ping involved. And we knew it was coming.
Looks like Paulson, Miller, Perkins, Flanagan, Bach over Thompson, Seats, Caston, Ping, Dees, Johnson. Wow, bunch of cars.
What in the world happened?
Well, I'm going to turn you down a little bit and listen to the hammer.
The 20. Okay, so it starts back here. So there's almost contact between the 12 and the 27. They make contact. 27 comes up, gets into the 33. The 13 gets involved. Aaron Bockover involved. Rick Thompson nowhere to go. Doors his teammate right there. Michael Miller into the back of Dave's seats. Dustin Ping's just trying to get through. Almost does, but gets into Perkins and goes around. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot going on there.
I still ain't heard nothing from the hammer, Sam.
I think he's dissecting that one, Terry. There was a lot going on right there.
Here we go. All right, Sam, the hammer has come down on the 27 car. Said that the 27 car actually got into the back of the 6 of Paulson. So the 27 car EOL end of the line.
Yeah, I mean, the hammer being consistent, man. I mean, I looked at the same wreck he did, and I'd have to say that's a good call. The 27 getting into the back of the 6 is what started that whole chain reaction, and eventually what brought out the yellow.
Yeah, he said that everybody's coming down for a green flag pit stop, but the 27 just evidently wasn't paying a whole lot of attention and got into the back of the 6. So,
and that's going to happen, right? I mean, it happens to the best of us. You're not, especially at a track like here at Atlanta. We mentioned it earlier in the race. I mean, with Daytona and Talladega, you have all that time, you have all that space to come down and fan out and slow down. At Atlanta, you just don't. And if you aren't aware of how much that guy in front of you is going to break, you're going to get into the back of him.
absolutely. And it's a gentleman's agreement kind of in Blazing Pedals. Hey, man, I'm pitting this time. I'm pitting this time. But we don't enforce it. So
you don't have to.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm thinking some of the guys didn't actually call it out, and 27 was not prepared for that.
And the reason for that, ladies and gentlemen, too, is that, yeah, it's the right thing to do to call out when you're pitting. But also, if you call out when you're pitting, you just let everybody else know that you're pitting. And you might have a different strategy that you think is going to work better than anybody else's. So you really rather not give that away.
Absolutely not.
Well, we're on lap 75 here, Terry, 196. Getting ready to take the green flag. How about Ty Morosco up there? He's missing a rear clip on that number 1 machine, but
He doesn't need that downforce.
nah, you don't need it up there in second.
He's got the 31 car of Bennett going to push him.
Can't push him, Terry. He's missing the rear clip.
There's a fuel cell under there.
Well, that just sounds counterproductive, Terry.
Watch out for the fires.
Here we go. Back to green.
Taylor Butcher Benjamin. Not as a big jump as we've seen him do so far, Sam.
But again, you really don't want to run out too far, or else you're just kind of setting yourself up for failure.
Oh, Mark. Wow.
Oh, how
Mark
about
Arthur
Dalton
kind of
Kilrow?
squeezed.
Yeah, Dalton Kilrow just put his nose in there and said, out the groove, Mark. No, sir.
That's my teammate, not yours, buddy.
That was interesting by Dalton. Not giving an inch there to that number 12.
Word coming from Taylor Butcher Benjamin. He actually apologized to Mark for slowing down coming off of 2. He hit his rev limiter and basically didn't shift. Dalton Kilroy with a big push to that 10 car.
I'll tell you, we're 77 laps into this thing. These guys are starting to single file out just a little bit of racing going on here. But what do you say we take our first commercial break of the evening?
78 laps? Yeah, I think we're ready.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, stick around. We'll be right back.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Shut up and sit down.
Back live here on truesimproductions. Not a whole lot has changed except for one thing, right, Terry? What's that?
We got two cars that has broke away from this pack, and they are gone, Sam. They're over 2 seconds in front of third place Mark Arthur. Taylor Butcher, Benjamin, Dalton Kilrow has checked out of this race, man. They are gone.
Both of those drivers last pit on lap 71 and 73, both of them with a 15-second pit stop tires for those two guys. So out here controlling the field, basically tandem drafting right now.
And Sam, something, these guys actually now they're starting to get kind of single file. That's probably the smart thing they can do right now.
Mark moved up to the top. Hamlin just slid down in front of Tanner Marr right there. That's somebody we haven't mentioned a whole lot tonight was Mike Hamlin in that 20, I'm sorry. Their numbers look so alike. That's the 23 Kobe Sutphin. That's who that was. I apologize. Their cars look really similar. Their numbers look really similar. I apologize.
Yeah, Mark Arthur dropping back. He did not take tires on that last pit on 73, so an 8-second stop for him tells me that was only fuel only for the 12 car.
So I guess tires are playing a factor here tonight, Terry. I've been proven wrong. The 10 and the 41 are pretty much showing us they're working. Out to a 1.7 gap. Back to Steven Johnson.
Steve T. Johnson. I mean, that's somebody we talk about him every week, Sam. Up there at third, he started at 30th. So big move out of Steve Johnson in that number 2 car.
Did he qualify?
Hold on a second, I tell you.
Can't remember if he was one of them drivers that didn't or not.
He is not one that qualified.
Kyle Wellman just got the wall out of turn 2 right there a little bit. Came down the racetrack, lost some momentum. Now he's going to have to gain that back.
Kyle Wellman. We just haven't really talked about him this season yet either, Sam. I mean, we see him get up front occasionally, but yeah, we don't just talk about him a whole lot either here lately.
So the gap's starting to shrink now, Terry. They got single file. They're starting to run down these two.
Yeah, it's probably a smart thing at the 2 of Johnson, 14 of Seats and Thompson, 31 of Bennett. And these guys, finally lining up to run these guys down. Right now, they're almost not quite a second behind Kilrow and Benjamin.
And that gap's shrinking. I don't know if maybe Kilrow and Butcher Benjamin were just kind of testing something right there. Now kind of just falling back to pick up the rest of the field. But this other train of cars is coming.
Well, if they're testing something, I think the test turned out positive for them, Sam. Those guys can put those two cars, and Kilrow just all over the back end of that 10 car of Benjamin.
Tanner Marr's up 23 spots since the start of the race. He's back there in 10th. He's got Chris Carroll right behind him.
Everybody working around the 2 lap cars, the 3 of Sherman, 33 of Perkins. They both move to the high side to let them go.
And Steven Johnson has finally gotten into the back bumper. Kilrow goes to the outside, makes the move. Dave Seats goes with him, Terry.
I was kind of wondering where the other MFRD cars are. We've seen in this season basically run 2, 3, 4, everybody in line, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and stuff, but we're not seeing it now.
Well, we're looking at about 10 to 15 laps before we see our next round of green flag pit stops, Terry. So a lot of drivers on varying strategies right now, and it's going to be interesting to see how they manage to get on pit road this time.
And Sam, we're also about 4 laps away for that TSP halfway award. Whoever's leading the lap come lap 98.
Is that taking 98 or the completion of 98?
Completion of 98.
All right, so taking lap 99. Okay, just making sure I'm on the same page.
Yeah, I had to do the math real quick. It's 98.
We should never let you do math, Terry.
Well, luckily I got the 2 computers here and my phone, so I think I'm right.
Well, Taylor Butcher Benjamin's starting to work both lanes right now, trying to stay out to the lead. If he wants that True Sim Productions halfway award, he's going to have to do that and stay up here. But now Dalton Kilrow, he goes to the inside. Now, this could be a little bit of team strategy. You both are now working both lanes. You got your teammates working each lane. You guys can kind of manipulate it, control it, if you will. But now Taylor jumps back down in front of his teammate here with Johnson getting a big run. These guys just keep proving me wrong all night long.
Yeah, when I seen Taylor do that, I thought he might have been doing it just for the angle of the turn, and he was going to jump back up there in front of Johnson, but he did not. He stayed down at the bottom with teammate Kilrow. So, Sam, I'm looking at Steven Johnson's last pit stop, lap 73. The time on that, almost 44 seconds, and here he is up here running in the top 4 or 5. It's running second, yeah.
Well, he was involved with that last caution, and it looked like he only got some rear end damage. The front of that race car looks all right. The right side has a little bit of damage, and that rear end has a little bit of damage right now. But you're right, he's up there. He's contending for this lead right now, coming to take a lap 98.
14 Dave Seats kind of rubbing the back end side of that Lowe's number 2 car, and it got down almost touching doors with the 41 car.
How about Philip Van Vliet there? He's up 6 spots since the start of this race. He's got a clean race car. He's up there in 8th. Larry Bell, even, that's a driver we rarely talk about. Normally is involved in some wrecks just because of bad luck. And the reason why I say that is because I broadcast a couple other series throughout the week that he's in, and man, his luck has just not been good. But right now, up inside the top 10, doing a good job out there.
Yeah, both Bell and Van Fleet doing a wonderful job tonight. Tanner Marr actually trying to make some moves up towards the front. Started 33rd, running 12th at the moment. I hear chat out there, Sam, amongst the drivers. They're starting to talk. Man, it's about time to come down to pit. I forgot to see he was leading at lap 98.
I think Taylor might have got him.
I'm going to look just to make sure. So I'll be back in a second.
Taking lap 101 here, ladies and gentlemen. It's starting to heat up here at the front. Everybody 2 by 2. But pit stops are going to be coming. So they're going to have to single file out again here in, I'd say, about 5 to 10 laps.
And Sam, you are absolutely correct. It was Taylor Butcher Benjamin getting that halfway mark.
Still got his teammate right behind him. How about Rick Thompson? He was involved in that one accident, Terry. He's got some damage on that 76, but still up there inside the top 5. Why don't we go on board with old Rick Thompson here for a second? I said Taylor Butcher Benjamin. I want Rick Thompson. Sorry, Taylor. Maybe get your in-car cameras up and I'll ride on board with you, Taylor. Come on now. Riding on board here with Rick Thompson. He's got that lean going again, Terry. He's leaning.
Yeah, he wants to make sure he's putting all that weight on that one side, I guess.
It's working for him right now because he's up there inside the top 5, like I said, after getting involved with that one accident.
Sam, I know you usually put up a survey. I'm wondering if we're going to be seeing a first timer tonight.
Would you like me to put a poll up?
Buddy, that is totally up to you. I think we may.
Well, if you can handle it for a second, Terry, I will do that.
I sure will. I'm going to walk around here and see what's going on as the leaders actually starts working their way around the 17 of D's and the 5 of Rutherford. Man, we got actually they're coming down pit lane. Let's find them.
Who came down pit lane?
Rutherford decided to come down to the bottom, let the traffic get around him. He has a messed up car in that 5 car. Good move out of Rutherford for doing that, getting out of everybody's way, man. He could have caused havoc right there.
There you go, Terry. Polls in chat.
Just happened to see Dustin Ping take his car to the hauler. 33 of Perkins up into the wall again.
Oh, here comes Taylor.
Here comes Benjamin.
All by himself, too. Locks him up coming in.
I wonder if Taylor might have caught these guys off guard by doing that.
Well, he actually last pit on lap 71, so he wasn't able to go a couple of laps longer than his teammate anyway right there.
Now Dalton Kilroe's showing as the race leader. It's got Steven Johnson all over the back end of him. So we're going to have to start seeing the rest of these guys come, Sam, at least in the next, 2 laps probably?
We're on lap 106. We got some drivers near the back coming down pit road already. Yeah, I mean, I'd say within the next 3 laps, we should. I mean, everybody's single filed out right now too, right? So it's bound to start happening here rather quickly. The question is, hey, who's going to be taking tires here and who's not? We know those guys who didn't take tires on that last stop, they have to at least take right sides here.
Steven Johnson in the 2 is actually caught out his pit. He's coming down. Here comes Dave Seeds also. 41
Everybody.
of Dalton Kilroe.
Michael Miller is in. Oh, he's coming on. Oh, dog gets in the back of him. Michael Miller. Oh, that's a lap car, I believe. I'm not
yes,
sure.
Michael Miller is a lap car.
He was coming down pit road right in front of these leaders, and he has every right to. It's wow. Dalton came up on him a ton.
Michael Miller actually got a flag for speeding in the pits after the 41 hit him. So I'm hoping that the hammer takes care of that problem.
I don't know, Terry. You speeding the pits. You speeding the pits.
31 locks it up. He comes down pit lane. Man.
And we're watching Rick Thompson there. Larry Bell to the race lead. Got Chris Carroll to his outside. Come on, Carroll. Let him lead a lap. Larry Bell has had the worst luck the past couple weeks, man. Let this man lead a lap.
Actually, both Carroll and Bell and Van Fleet ought to be coming down pit lane. Yeah, here comes Bell and Carroll.
If Philip Van Fleet stays out on track, he wants to get them 5 bonus points, Terry.
Good job out of the 43 coming down the pits, man. He got that thing wound up right now so he didn't run over Carroll.
Philip Van Vliet, Terry, he's the only driver out on the racetrack right now.
Lone Dutchman picking up them 5 points. Coming up on teammate is Sherman, actually.
He's going to be pitting right here. He's already starting to check up on the entry of the corner. Yeah. Philip Van Vliet, the Lone Dutchman, bringing it down pit side. Wanted to get those bonus points for leading the lap, Terry. They help. They're going to add up by the end of the season. That will...
Van Fleet right now is actually 18th in our Blazing Pedals League in points. So Philip just gained another 5 points tonight.
Well, that will hand the race lead over to Dalton Kilrow with Rick Thompson in second. And they got a pretty good lead over these other couple of cars back here. It's Dave Seitz, Steven Johnson, Mike Hamlin, Kobe Sutphin. Now, there's Limitless Motorsports right here, Terry, in 4th, 6th, and 7th. So they're all lined up, but you got MFRD, Taylor Butcher Benjamin behind them, and then Dalton leading. Taylor's got to get up there if he wants to help his teammate.
I think Taylor might work with Sutphin in their 23. Maybe they'll work their way up there to help his teammate again.
I mean, everybody's really spread out right now. I'm kind of trying to go down through timing and scoring to see who did what. 10 seconds for Dalton, maybe 2 tires only. Rick Thompson, the same as well. Had an 8-second stop, maybe fuel only for that 76.
Yeah, it kind of looks like everybody took tires again, except Thompson and possibly Paulson. They only have the 9-second stop. Looks like Kilrow and Thompson is actually starting to work on some lap traffic here. They're going to put some guys lap down here shortly.
Dave Seitz gets around Dalton and Rick Thompson. So that tells me that I think they might have taken fuel only there, Terry.
Yep, I would say so.
Just trying to get an understanding of what everybody's thinking right now. I mean, I don't know what anybody's thinking, so I'm taking a guess, ladies and gentlemen, as always, of what these drivers think they're going to do for strategy. But Dave Seitz now back out to the race lead.
Dave Seitz pull and Steven Johnson with him, along with the 28 of Mike Hamlin. Newcomer Kobe Sutphin in that 23 running in 4th, and in your top 5, Taylor Butcher Benjamin in that 10.
See what we got going on here. So Dalton fell back behind Taylor. Rick's right behind Dalton. Then you got Chris Carroll back here leading another pack. They're about 4 seconds off Rick Thompson. He's got Donald Bennett right behind him. Larry Bell in tow. Work in Progress Racing team members. That's Paul Ellison and Andy Poliski. Mr. Where Did He Come From? Up on the top groove. They're trying to work together to make up some ground.
Yeah, Poliski and Ellison, man. Yeah, they ran it right up behind Corey Sherman really fast.
They got around him, though.
In line.
They did a really good job working around Corey Sherman right there. They get back in line, and yeah, like you said, Terry, they got to get formed up here, I think, if they're going to want to try and run these guys down, because right now they're just losing time.
Yeah, we just seen that a little bit ago out of Dalton and Taylor Butcher Benjamin. Those two just walked away from everybody.
And this pack up front, I mean, they're pretty formed up. I mean, you got a little gap there from Kobe to Mike Hamlin. They need to close that up a little bit. He actually jumped out of line right there, maybe trying to cool off. Could be what he's trying to do. I remember, ladies and gentlemen, they do have to watch these temperatures here this evening. And a few of these drivers coming on the pit road have made some front end contact. I wouldn't want to be in that position. I'm just saying.
Same opposite and just looking around, everybody kind of looking at their cars. The one that sticks out the most is that 33 car of Perkins. I believe it's 5 feet shorter now.
John Perkins out there. You know, Terry, I'd like to say he's leading the modified division, but actually Corey Rutherford's got him beat because he's up here behind Aaron Bockover, and he's in front of John Perkins. He's also missing the front clip on that race car.
As the leaders now are starting to run down, Amanda Sherman, Chris Legou, the 36 of Hank Caston, they have got their work cut out for them now to get around all three of these cars. Those bottom three lap cars are stretched out too.
It's just going to take patience, right? It's just going to take time. I mean, right now, you know, I mean, you're single file, right? You're not going nowhere right now. There's still a long way to go in this race. You got some time before you got to make another pit stop, kind of regather your thoughts and go from there.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, Sam. That's a 2. Looks like Johnson was kind of looking to the inside of seats right there.
Yeah, he had a good run, but I don't know. Oh, they jumped down. Steven Johnson stays up. I was going to say, I don't think Johnson would make a move just yet, but it looked like everybody else made the move around him.
Now, Sam, Hank Castle, we know, is down a few laps. He has just caught all that air from these leaders, and now he wants to race these guys. Nothing says he has to drop back. He is absolutely allowed to be where he is. So, Hank Caston, good move out of you, I guess. But I want to give a shout out to Hank's dad. I think this is his first time watching the race. So, Hank's dad, good you're out there, man.
So, consensus in the chat right now, Terry. We've only gotten 3 votes. Everybody, take a look at your chat on YouTube. Go ahead and vote. You know, let us know. Do you think there's going to be a first-time winner here tonight? Consensus so far says no. So, interesting.
Wow.
Especially when we got now Mike Hamlin to the race lead. Mike Hamlin does not have a win in this series.
He does not. Yeah, he does not. Yeah, Sam, these lap cars that all these guys just worked around are now in the mix with our leaders because of this draft.
Well, and here, I want to give a shout out to all the guys who were involved in an accident, like Joshua Rutherford and, you know, Michael Miller, who's still out there. Who was the other one got really big damage out there? John Perkins. All these guys, they know, like I said before, these points matter. You got to get out there and finish it up. And I've seen Josh Rutherford go down to the bottom on the apron quite a few times.
Yeah, he's just doing what's right, man. Staying out of the leader's way.
But he's still out on the track. That's my point. He's trying to, you know, get them points, and you need them. You need them here now.
Right now, Joshua was actually showing like 27 laps down. Corey Sherman, which is the next guy in front of him, is only 6 laps down. But if something happens to Corey, Josh can gain another point or gain another spot.
And that's the thing. I mean, this is a plate racing, essentially. You can't just give up. Anything can happen. Ryan Flanagan's out in chat. He said, change my vote to yes. I misclicked, still wearing his gloves. So that would be, it would be 67% the opposite way around.
Ryan Flanagan, even though he's in chat, showing 33 laps down and 32nd.
On pit road right now. I think he might have problems. Yeah. He had some pretty heavy front end damage, so there's a good possibility that engine might have let go on that number 13.
Still up front, Mike Hamlin's leader, Dave Seats' teammate, running 1 and 2 as they bring Kobe Suffin with them. I think, is Kobe part of that?
Yeah. That he is, Terry. That's why his car looks almost identical to Hamlin's, just yellow.
Well, I'm wondering why he's not in their channel. He's not even in here. Okay, never mind. All right, get him hooked up with TeamSpeak, please, and get him in here with you guys.
Well, I tell you what, these guys have been running a lot of green flag laps here this go around. We're just shy of pitting again, Terry. What do you say? Another quick commercial break?
Yeah, let's do a quick one, Sam, because I'm really enjoying watching these guys pit.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, stick around. We'll be right back.
Romantic, isn't it? Shut up and sit down.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic, real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
And back live here on True Sim Productions.
Yeah, not a whole lot's changed since we left.
Yeah,
you guys.
no, man. Mike Hamlin's still your race leader. The only thing that is really, I guess you could say, changed is me and Terry talking about when we think they're going to be coming down pit road. I'm saying around lap 140 here, Terry.
Yeah, about 3 laps away or so, I would believe they're coming in. Now, one thing y'all did miss that I happened to catch, Sam didn't even catch it, the 6th car, Derek Paulson, did kind of got his rear into the wall, spun him around, got him down on the inside. It did not cause a caution.
Well, we can go look at it.
Get that thing back up.
We can go look at it, Terry.
Oh, you can if you want to.
He's way sideways. Oh, no, Terry. They go 3 wide with Michael Miller there. And I think Derek might not have known that. Got up into Wellman, got sideways on the track, and yeah, that didn't bring out a caution. He's still out on track, though.
Absolutely. So you got to get them points. Points, points, points. All right, 32 just called his pit out. Paul Ellison calling his out.
And they're back running in 8th and 9th. They're about 5 seconds off the race leader.
Bennett, Morosco, both calling their pits out.
Oh, Chris Carroll, Larry Bell, Big Brian Zimmerman, Tanner Marr, John Perkins, all these guys involved. Caution flag out on the speedway.
Oh, Ooh, so pit lane is actually now closed. So Sam, hope these guys have fuel.
You know, Terry, I mentioned Larry Bell's having good luck, and look what happens.
Yep. Larry, if you watch this back, man, stay hanging in there. You're a hell of a driver. There's no reason why you can't get up here and contend for a lead or a win.
Hold on, man. This is really weird. Taylor Butcher Benjamin, he's on pit road. Paul Ellison's trying to follow him. Chris Carroll's up above Andy Poliski, and it looks like Carroll wants to go down pit road. Maybe thinks he's going too fast. I don't know, because he checks up really hard right here and then doesn't move down. Larry Bell's coming with a full head of steam, gets into Carroll. And it's just a chain reaction from there, man. I have no idea what happened with this one.
Yeah, some of these guys, Bell, Marr, Carroll, all three of them has taken their car to the hauler. Evidently, Sam, they got more damage on that car than what they can do out there on pit lane.
Yeah, I don't know if Carroll was maybe trying to gain spots there coming to pit road, but I mean, it looks like he gets so far up and then gets way on the brakes. Yeah, I mean, he checks up a ton. I don't think he was ever going to make that pit entry.
Well, I'm still waiting for Garrett Rainey, the Hammer, to tell us what's going on here. I know a lot of guys have got to get a black flag cleared because they was in the pits when that happened, and for some reason they got some black flags. Or was coming down pit lane, maybe. I'm not 100%. Here we go. All right, Sam. Hammer giving that to the 43 car of Larry Bell, saying he ran into the back of the 99.
Well, that's pretty easy to do when you go from 170 to nothing. Again, man, I'm telling you, Terry, that's actually one I'm going to have to disagree with the Hammer on. But you know what? He makes the calls. That's the final call. So penalty going to Larry Bell. Like I said, Terry, that 99, man, you know, it looks like he checked up trying to come to pit road, but he was trying to pit from the top lane of the racetrack. But, you know, that's racing. That happens, especially here at a track like this.
Yeah, these guys, and so I watched practice today. There was not a whole lot of drivers out there at practice today. I think there should have been a lot more. And a lot of them should have been practicing this pit stop.
Well, lights go off on the pace car, Terry. We're getting ready to re-rack them, restack them, and fire them off one more time. Going to be lap 143 when we take the green flag. Getting close to crunch time here. So Mike Hamlin, Dave Seats, teammates, going to be on the front row. Steven Johnson, Cody Sutphin, row 2, coming down to the restart zone.
Sam, I guarantee the Hammer had his work cut out for him tonight.
Yeah, he's definitely keeping busy up there. He was able to kind of put his feet up last week, but we don't want you spoiled up there, Hammer.
Mike Hamlin gets a nice jump on Steven T. Johnson on this restart, as Johnson actually is now starting to pull up behind the 28 of Hamlin. 76, Rick Thompson on that bottom line, getting around Seats With some help from the 42 Kyle Wildman Wellman.
Yeah, that's the first time we've seen Wellman up here up inside the top 5 all night long. Kind of bringing Mark Arthur with him here, Terry.
Yeah, but don't look now. The outside line, the 41. There's Dalton Kilrow again showing up. Holy crap! Who's in that 44 car? That can't be Bockover.
That's
up
Aaron
in the top
Bockover.
10. No, there ain't no way.
Well, I tell you what, Terry, we got a green flag run here. I actually do have a set of cameras I think that we could work with if you want to go for it. What do you think? Crank it up?
Crank it up.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, why don't you go ahead and crank that dial up? There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Gotta love the crank it up cameras. Well, they were more static TV cameras tonight, but we made it work. Got a little bit of a crank it up there.
Yes. Oh man, 23. It's suffing into the back of the 14, made him go up by the wall. Everything's good to go though.
So Terry, I believe you said we had somebody down in the infield care center.
Actually, we got two now. We got Chris Carroll and Tanner Marr.
Well, I'll bring Tanner up first. You got him.
Tanner Marr, Sam and Terry got us.
I got you, buddy. How y'all doing?
What's going on with that 4 car? Why'd you park it?
Well, the 99, I think, had brake problems or something. We heard Plicky and them were pitting. They called it out. They let us know. And, man, we were going by fine, right? And next thing I know, the 99 car has just come to a dead stop right in front of us. I think Larry Bell got the EOL calls, but, man, oh, man, it was just a crazy, crazy incident. I sat there watching the broadcast back, so I figured I'd jump up here and give y'all a little info on what happened there. But, man, oh, man, the car was toast, didn't have a motor on it anymore. Couldn't even get back around.
Well, other than that, Tanner, how was the race? I mean, is the track feeling good and all that good stuff?
You know, we talked about it in the pre-race show today, Terry, that we thought the track would be not very good, right? But it's actually been really fun out there. I know there's been a few wrecks, few little mishaps. It's just a mini super speedway, brother. It's almost wide open, got a lift in the draft a little bit. But I did notice our top two, Dalton and somebody else who was leading earlier, they were checked out on the field. So draft's huge, but you can link up with a teammate and get away from the pack.
Yeah, Tim 4. Yeah, right now we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rows deep, 2 by 2 by 2. So, well, Tanner, we'll let you get back down to where you was. We're going to pull up Chris Carroll and let's hear his side of the story.
All right. Thank you, buddy. Y'all have a good night. Thank y'all.
Thanks.
All right, Terry, you can get you Chris Carroll, and you got him.
Chris Carroll and Sam and Terry got us.
Yes, sir. I got you there. You got me?
Well, I know you don't like doing interviews with me this way.
No, it's part of it, man. I touched the brakes there when they were pitting, and my pedal became unplugged. It locked all my pedals down, and then I just drove down there, and once I got to pit road, it was just rolling, so I just let it do its thing and got out of there. I feel bad for all the guys that got taken out in that deal.
So I'll kind of ask you the same question I've been asking everybody tonight. During the race, how's the track? Does it feel good? I mean, being around traffic, is it all good?
Well, I mean, I think there's more take should be given out there. There's not very much take going on, and I was riding in the back, so maybe it's different at the front, but you know, there's a lot of guys going somewhere with nowhere to go. It's going to be decided on pit stops. I didn't really, I mean, I don't like plate racing as it is, but it was tough out there, man. You were just trying to keep your car clean and guys hitting the wall, and it's a pretty intense race out there.
Well, 99, I mean, you got a couple wins this season. I think you're sitting third in points. So you're not doing horrible this season. So we're off next week, of course, for Mother's Day, but we head to Daytona Road. So we'll see you at Daytona, brother.
Thanks, man. I was never intending to go into pit road there, Terry. They just locked up. So, yeah, I tried to get out of the way, but the brakes were locked and wouldn't turn. So, thanks, man. Thanks for the interview. Thought I'd let you know.
Oh, thanks, buddy. I appreciate it.
Driver the 99, Chris Carroll, explaining what happened there.
Sam, look at who we got leading this thing. Well, not now. Never mind.
Nope, we're going 3 wide now. We're going to start seeing big moves, Terry. I'm sorry, I don't mean to walk over you there, but we are going to be seeing some big moves start to happen. We got 41 laps to go. At least I'd say one more pit stop. They can do about 35 laps, so might be seeing guys come down early here. Maybe short pit.
They're going to have to get single file if they do that stuff. But I was going to say, Kyle Wellman actually led a lap or two. Then all of a sudden, now he's back there in, 8th place or so. As the 28 of Hamlin has Johnson all over the back of him, pushing him around through here. But we still got Rick Thompson back there. We still got the 23 of Kobe Sutton, 41 of Kilroe, Arthur. I mean, a lot of big names back here, Sam.
A lot of big names back there, but one person who hasn't gotten a win yet is up at the front. So, I don't know, man. I'm thinking we might see a first-time winner here tonight if Mike Hamlin can keep that 28 machine up at the front.
If that too would happen to win, that would be Johnson's second win this year. Johnson out of New Hampshire got that win. Who we got? Rick Thompson. Rick Thompson, nothing yet this season. 14 of seats. I believe he did win a race. Yes, he won Watkins Glen. So we got a couple guys up here who do know how to win.
They're coming up on Corey Sherman again. They've been doing a really good job working their way around lap traffic. Terry, I do want to point this out. Another driver going for her first win. And I'm bringing her up because she's back here in 14th. She's barely hanging on to the back of this pack, but I think that's a little bit of a strategy by her. But still on that lead lap in 14th is Amanda Sherman.
Amanda Sherman right now in the 8 car is, like Sam said, in 14th spot. She is the second car on the tail end of the lead lap. And, yeah, she's just keeping that blue 8 going around this track, man. Good job, Amanda.
So 37 laps to go. Got a couple more here, and they'd be in the window to make it to the rest of the way on fuel. Tires is a little bit different story.
I'm thinking, I bet some of these guys still have tires. And Sam, I just looked at something. Lap 140, Dalton Kilroe came down the pit for 25 seconds. He must have got a boatload of damage done on that car.
He did have front end damage, Terry, and we know that you got to keep that front end clean, and he probably was just trying to get that fixed up.
And I have not heard in chat yet if anybody has blown a motor. Nor did we have one. We had one actually in our YouTube chat, right?
I believe you said Joshua Rutherford his motor finally let go.
Yeah, but Josh also had a bunch of damage. I'm talking about like overheating wise. These guys running nose to tail like they are. So yeah, everybody's keeping the temperatures good.
35 laps to go. We're in our window right now, Terry. When's everybody going to bring it down? See them kind of... Oh, contact Seats and Johnson. They're going to go around. Caution flag out on the speedway.
Oh, we got a couple.
Well,
ooh, man.
We're in the pit window, so that whole talk about strategy out the... Oh, man. Terry, the hammer actually poked me earlier in TeamSpeak. He said, watch out for that number 7 car. He's at a 0X just riding around right now. Well, unfortunately, just got his first 4X of the evening on that one. Let's go back and see what happened. All starts up here. We're going to have to get a better angle on that. Dave Seats and Steven Johnson here. Let's see what happens. That's a tough one, Terry. That one's pretty tough. So they come off the corner right here. We'll slow it down. Johnson comes up. Yeah, it just looks like Johnson comes up on that one. Might have just drifted up just a little bit. Got into Seats.
Yeah, I see out there the hammers actually looking at Gibson.
Oh, Andy Poliski.
Flanagan.
Big damage for the number 32.
Yeah, Poliski. Yep. So I was just about ready to say something about Cody. You know, him and Bachover were racing pretty good. Then all of a sudden we have a caution.
Well, pit road's going to be busy.
Actually, everybody from the leader back is probably coming down. It's up our lap, guys, I'm sure.
Mike Hamlin still leading. Rick Thompson back up to second. Thompson has a chance to win this thing still. Pretty much anybody does. I mean, it's one of those plate tracks, and this is going to be the last pit stop, everybody. There's going to be no more green flag stops, so everybody's going to be going for every piece of real estate they can on the racetrack.
Oh, Sam,
Kyle Wellman.
Just, oh, wow.
Wins the race
He
off
dropped
pit road.
hard.
Did he? What happened?
Yeah, he got Stephen T. Johnson on this one. He actually said the two got into the 14. The two will be going to the EOL on this one. Man, we seen Johnson. He's up there in the battling for that lead for a long time tonight. So right now, our race leader is actually shown to be Mike Hamlin. Oh, wait, Kyle Wellman is actually showing a race leader. Kyle Wellman, I believe, only took 2 tires, though, Sam, with Mike Hamlin taking 4.
Let's see something real quick here, Terry. You're good.
Sure.
You're good. Here, actually, you know what? Let's talk to him. Gonna bring him up here.
All right, I see somebody.
Hey, Mike Hamlin in the number 28 car. You're out there having a good run. I wanted to bring you up and talk to you real quick. What's it gonna take to win this thing here tonight, man?
Just survive. It's been kind of crazy out here. A lot of cautions, I feel like, but good racing so far from everybody up front. But we just got to survive and make it to the end.
So how's the car feeling out there for you? You think you do got a shot at holding these guys off and taking them the first win for that number 28?
Oh, yeah, I definitely believe I do. I got a teammate still up here with me, so hopefully we can get it done.
All right, man. Looks like you guys are getting ready to go back under the green flag. I'll get you back down there, and good luck. Got to find his channel. There we go.
Sam, down there in the infield care center, the number 1 driver, Ty Morosco, he is sitting in there. If you want to grab him real quick.
You got him.
Tom Morosco, Sam Terry, you got us?
I got you guys.
What's going on in that 1 car, man? That looked a little beat up tonight.
Dude, I don't know. I can't explain it. That wreck right there, I didn't even see the 14. Like, I was so close behind the 7 that the 14 just popped out of nowhere off the wall and got us in the right front and cooked the car for the night. That was a hard hit. We've had a couple hard hits tonight. But, man, it's just a struggle out here. I mean, it's like, I don't know how to explain it. I mean, it's not enjoyable.
Are you going to try to get the one back out?
Yeah, we can try. We try to get out there and just coast around and see if we can finish this race. Good luck to my MFRD guys. Of course, we had fast cars tonight. It's just this is more of a crapshoot than Talladega and Daytona. A lot of unknowns coming into the race as well.
Yeah, well, like I said, man, we've been watching everybody all night tonight, but these guys went back green flag, so we're going to get you back down to your team, buddy.
All right, thank you guys.
Thanks, Ty. As you guys seen, the green flag did drop. Mike Hamlin did not get the big jump like we've been seeing tonight out of the leaders. 41 and Dalton Kilbur all over the back end of that 28. Along with Cody Gibson in the 7 was involved with that last incident. He's up there running third.
Well, he didn't really have a whole lot of damage, Terry. I think he barely scraped somebody in that accident. But yeah, he's up there racing for another win here. Remember, that number 7 does have a race win.
Yeah, if I'm mistaken, I think him and Bockover kind of touched each other. Bockover and Cody both.
Well, you say Bockover, Terry. I mean, Bockover was involved in the last caution. He's still up there, too, up in 9th. Got Amanda Sherman up in 10th.
Wow, Amanda Sherman gained a bunch of spots right there. What did she do? Did she pit there?
Well, yeah, Terry, everybody pit there.
I was just looking at her tires, actually, is what I was talking about.
She got tires. She definitely got tires. Side by side up here for the race lead. We got 28 laps to go. It's been a long one here, Terry, and it's now just getting down to crunch time.
Yeah, these guys have got to start going, man. Again, we're almost 2 by 2, 4.
They're flirting with that line, man. They're flirting with that line, Terry. I saw 2 of them dip 2 tires down below that line. You got to watch. The Hammer's watching that.
I guarantee Garrett's got one of his cameras set on that line.
Taylor Butcher Benjamin has found his way back up inside the top 5 right now. Cody Sutphin up there, probably trying to get to the back bumper of his teammate. Mike Hamlin trying to work both lanes right now.
Rick Thompson's still hanging on that outside with the Ellison, but his left. Again, we know Rick Thompson can win these tracks. We've seen him do it. I'm sure he's trying to figure out a way to get around Taylor Butcher Benjamin right now.
Yeah, the real question is, are we going to see a third groove start to form? We haven't seen these guys start racing super hard yet, Terry. I mean, they have been aggressive. They have been racing hard, but 25 laps to go, they're still pretty content right now, I'd say.
Man, one car just seems like it's just as fast as 2, Sam, with Hamlin being out there by himself. He has no help whatsoever.
Right now, last car on the lead lap is Steven Johnson in that number 2. Oh, Kyle Wellman made contact back there with somebody. He's sideways. Not sure who that was. He's down in the grass. He's going to be able to collect it. Stay green. Let's go back and see if we can't see what happened.
Wellman with only a 5-second stop on his last pit stop. That tells me fuel only out of that 42 car.
Him and Flanagan made contact.
Steven Johnson now going to lap down, Sam, that number 2 car.
And we're going back and looking at this replay, Terry. It just looks like the 13 and the 42 make contact there.
Ooh, Sam, they're still flirting with that line.
Telling you, man. Camera's watching you.
Oh, Sam, I just noticed Steven Johnson got a lane change penalty.
Who Joe Alberico getting out of the way of these guys. Rick Thompson had to avoid it.
Yeah, Rick Thompson with some awesome driving right there. Man, Hamlin has got him buzzing behind him. 1, 2, 3, 4, almost 6 rows back, 2 wide. Wow, Mark Arthur coming back up in the picture, running down Amanda Sherman. Wow.
Anything can still happen here, Terry. I mean, Amanda's got some teammates back there that could really push her up there. Same Philip Van Vliet. He's up there in this mix. He's going for his first win. There's at least, let me count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at least 6, 7 people up here in this top 10 going for their first win.
Big chuck up by Ellison. Made Thompson back up. Made Butcher Benjamin back up.
Hamlin doing a good job working these lanes right now, Terry. He's hanging on out there. We talked to him right before they went back green.
Yep, he's actually said he thinks he's got this race. He's got something for him. And where he's running right now, Cody nor Dalton can probably get around him. Actually making that car coming up off that lane, off that bottom line a little bit. Look at him get out there and go by himself. Great run off the 2 out of the 28 car. 23 giving a good push to the 41.
Now we're side by side for the lead right now. Dalton got a good run, got to the outside of Mike Hamlin. Oh, almost a little bit of contact right there. Now we're going to start to see everybody go for those spots, Terry.
Cody Suffin flirting with disaster, getting up behind him the 41, tagging him ever so lightly.
Watching this battle up here. Amanda Sherman kind of hanging back right now off her teammate. She needs to get up there. Flirting with that line, Cody Gibson. I don't think I'd be flirting with that line this late in the race, Terry.
Now, this could cost you a ton if you get caught doing something wrong now. I mean, we ain't got but 19 laps left in this race, Sam. I'm sorry, 16 laps. Now, remember, we've seen 2 drivers.
Contact! Cody Gibson and Dalton Kiro make contact out of 4. That checks up the outside line. Dalton's going to get put 3 wide right here. It's giving everybody else a chance to get around him. A lot of movement going on right now, Terry. Philip Van Vliet now moves up into 3rd. Right behind Cody Gibson. I'm sorry, Terry. He's going for 2nd. Oh, Cody Gibson out of shape. Oh, my God.
Kobe Suffin doing it again, getting up right behind Cody, or getting down that 7 and just pushing.
And here comes Team TNA on the bottom groove right behind Hamlin. Something wild's going to happen tonight. I can just feel it. I can feel it. Something's going to happen.
Yes, I am a TNA driver, or when I do drive. Oh,
there we go. There we go. There we go. Amanda Sherman involved. Mike Hamlin involved. Mike Hamlin got taken out, man. I'm done interviewing, Terry. They're all your interviews now.
I got you.
Unbelievable. You know, I really thought Mike Hamlin had that. He has been working those lines ever since we took the green flag. Well, oh man, we got to go back and see what happened. All right, so we go into the corner. Well, it looks like the 23 he makes it 3 wide, but I don't know, man. Terry, if I had to take a guess, the 7 of Cody Gibson's going to be seeing a penalty here. That's my guess.
As soon as the hammer tells them, I'll let you know.
Ladies and gentlemen, you can tell me what you think out in chat as always, but it looked like to me, yeah, the 23 made it 3 wide, but as soon as he did, it looked like the 7 might have drifted down just a hair.
And Sam, we're getting close to, oh, here he goes. Here comes Garrett.
Give Terry a second here, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, Sam, the 23 made it 3 wide, and actually the 23 is the one getting the EOL out of this one for turning the 7 car.
Really?
That's what the hammer said.
All right. Again, his call's called, but I mean, we can go back and look at it one more time on our end and let the chat decide.
I mean, we watched stuff in there. He was being really aggressive when he's behind somebody.
Yeah, I don't know, Terry. I mean, I'm looking at it right here, and I watched Cody Gibson's tires just dip below that dotted yellow line. That's a hard one. I mean, and I'm not, not saying the hammer's wrong. I'm just saying I look at that one a little bit differently, I think.
Hell, I might be on board with you after I watched it twice.
Yeah, it looks like if you watch them dotted lines, it does look like the 7 drifts down once the 23 makes that move to the inside. And that's personally what I see. But again, that race control, that's his call. So we're going to have to roll with it.
Yeah, and Garrett does a wonderful job for Blazing Pedals. He's also an admin in a couple other leagues, and he also does races. So I'm not going to question his call. Now look who's up front here. Who we got? Cody Gibson, Philip Van Fleet, Manny Sherman, Paul Ellison, Aaron Bockover. That's your top 5.
Going to be 11 laps to go when we get the green. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting to the best point of the race. We're going to go ahead and take a quick commercial break. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
We got about 10 minutes of commercials. We still need to play.
We got to play them. We got 11 laps to go. I figured this was the best time.
Now, I tell you what, Sam, I'm about ready to scoot up in my chair because I think this is about to get wild.
I think it already has gotten wild, Terry.
Oh, it's going to get worse. Hey, Bockover actually gave me an interview tonight, so I'm going to get to tell me. He said all he wanted to do tonight was survive. He was going to ride around and make it to the end. Well, Aaron, you're doing a hell of a job of it tonight, buddy. You're sitting there running 5th place, so good job out of that 44 car.
So I'm just going to point this out, Terry. Taylor Butcher Benjamin in that number 10 car is the only car on track right now with no incident points.
Oh, wow. Cody Gibson, big old jump.
That's not good, though.
No, because once these guys start deviling up, they're going to drive up to him, just like we do see on super speedways.
All right.
Van Fleet.
I'm sorry, Terry. We got teammates up here, right? We got Phil Van Vliet and Amanda Sherman and Aaron Bockover back there as well. If I'm Amanda, I ain't lifting. Bockover pulls out of line, Terry. Maybe problems with that crinkled front end. Phil Van Vliet going for his first win. Amanda Sherman going for her first win.
Bockover coming down pit lane, Sam.
I might have problems for that number 44 car, Terry. He had a pretty crinkled front end. Might be getting too hot.
I have nothing to come over on race chatter for him.
Right now, Philip Van Vliet leads the outside line. Cody Gibson on the bottom. Oh man, we fooled Lori out in chat, Terry. I fooled her with the commercial break.
Sorry, Lori. Van Fleet, nice lead. And above the 7 there of Cody Gibson. Rick Thompson on the outside with the Wildman Wellman trying to push him up through there.
Still got 8 more laps here once we cross the line. Philip Van Vliet to get his first win in this series. Amanda taking a peek to the inside of Cody Gibson.
Probably not a good place to be doing that where that red line is, Sam.
Rick Thompson trying to make something happen up top. He's got Wildman Wellman behind him.
Everybody up in the top 10 other than Bennett and Arthur took tires this last pit.
Thompson's going to get side by side with Van Vliet here. Van Vliet tries to block it, but isn't clear. 7 more times around here at Atlanta. 2 by 2 by 2, top 6.
As they got lap traffic now, Sam, that lap car of Kilroe stayed. Oh, Kilroe actually into the wall.
Yeah, Rick Thompson drifted up a lot right there, and Kilroe was just trying to give him as much room as possible, and looks like he just got the outside wall right there.
As they drive around Bockover. Man, that's nuts.
Taylor Butcher Benjamin jumps up in front of Mark Arthur. 6 laps to go.
Sam, we have somebody down in the infield care center.
Well, they're going to have to wait because we got 6 laps to go.
10-4. I'm just letting you know. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to get crazy. These guys are getting tight. Right now, we're 2 by 2, 3 back. Then we got Mark Arthur running by himself. We have the 44 lap down traffic of Bockover messing around with Ellison on the outside.
Contact between Philip Van Vliet and Rick Thompson. Philip Van Vliet saves it. Oh my God, what a save by Philip. Mana's getting put 3 wide right here. She gets behind her teammate. 5 laps to go. Now Kyle Wellman up on the top groove. Mana Sherman pushing her teammate.
I'm wondering if that 44 can make it up there, if he would get up there and help him.
I think so.
Oh, no. Okay, I thought Mark was going to go around the 8 car, but no, he goes to the outside.
I was actually thinking he might have stayed on her back bumper there. He's going to go up and maybe try and push Taylor Butcher Benjamin here. We got 4 laps to go. Kyle Wellman leading the way.
Wellman is a past winner here, I do believe, Sam, isn't he?
A little bit of contact there between him and Philip Van Vliet. I don't know, Terry. No, he's not. He hasn't won in Blazing Pedals except for the Clash.
Okay.
Philip tries to go up, but we got a caution on the speedway. Oh, my.
As we get the caution as soon as Taylor Butcher Benjamin actually had a hell of a run getting around the 89 of Van Vliet, too. This just changed, everybody.
We got to go back and see what happened.
Looks like it might have been Dees Alberico Paulson.
Yeah, Dees gets into the back of the 83, gets him turned around. Well, actually, Paulson comes in and gets the 83 as well. That's what turned him around officially. Oh, man. Well, these drivers could make it before these green-white checkers. I don't know.
Oh, they definitely can make it now.
Well, that's why I said with a green-white checkered, it's going to be close. All right, Terry, well, you said there was someone in the infield care center. I think we got time. We can bring them up now. And they're not in there. Well, you know, if you just stuck around for just another second. So Amanda Sherman's in 4th, Philip Van Vliet. These are 2 drivers going for the first win. Same with Kyle Wellman. Like I said, he won the Clash, but excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. Give me 1 second here, Terry. If you want to take over for a second.
Yeah. Well, what Sam was, talking about all the races. Mark Arthur has not won yet this season, so it'd be Mark's first win if he would happen to get up there. But again, Kyle Wellman, Van Vliet, Sherman, no wins yet in this league, and they're all on the way to do it tonight.
Oh, sorry about that. I had.
Oh, you're fine.
I took a deep breath there, Terry, and it's like I just wanted to hack up a lung for a second. Whew, all right. Well, I feel a lot better now. Wow.
All right. The 6th of Paulson.
We got 24 people out in chat right now. And thank you all for tuning in to Blazing Pedals tonight here on Sunday night, True Sim Productions. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and hit that like, because this is where it's about to get wild.
And I want to do this real quick, Sam. Again, thanks to Tim over at TRJ Karting at trjkarting.com. If you're into goat karts and stuff, that's what you do. You can get anything you need for a goat kart at Tim. He also has some TRJ apparel. Also, I want to announce next week we are off. It's Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to everybody. That we will be back at Daytona Road the following week after that. And Sam, is the lights off on the pace car? I can't tell.
Yes, they are, Terry. We're getting ready to go back green flag racing this time. It's going to be a green-white checkered scenario.
Well, the next caution, I'll explain it.
You have no faith, do you, Terry?
I'm excited right now. I want to see this thing end, but doesn't cautions breed cautions?
Well, they've been breeding them all night long, but I don't know.
Right.
We've also had some good green flag runs too, so I, give credit where it's due. There's definitely been some good racing here tonight. Just a couple of unfortunate cautions, coming on the pit road and everything like that. But here we go.
Pace car down in the way. Wellman leads him down to the start line. Oh, he waited for the green flag tonight, Sam. He did not wait for that choose section.
I think that was a smart move by Wellman because we've seen everybody else get out to a good lead there. And, Mark Arthur and Philip Van Vliet going to make some contact. Oh, they're going to make contact again, and here we go. What in the world are we doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what that one was. Yeah, we're going back and looking at it. Mark comes up into the 89. Philip comes back down. Way to go, Mark.
Yeah, he is actually showing his displeasure to Van Vliet right now.
I think he might want to go look at the replay.
So, okay, what I was going to talk about real quick while we're waiting on the hammer to come down with that. Starting at Daytona Road, which is our next race, we're going to start what they call a bracket. It's going to be worth 5 weeks races. It's going to be a head-to-head. So our number 1 guy after the night's race will take on the number 30 guy in points after the night's race. And we're going to like a March Madness type bracket deal. So stay tuned for that next time we're racing, and we'll get you more involved with that. I suppose I'll turn up the volume so I can hear what the hammer has to say.
I'm curious.
Yeah, this is gonna be interesting.
I tell you what, tomorrow Corey Sherman's gonna have his word cut out for him on trying to pick the top 5. So that little segment, ladies and gentlemen, is called Racing Etiquette My. So I can't say it on True Sim Productions, but you guys can check out Shop Talk tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern time on TNA Motorsports on Facebook, along with Savage Edge Gaming on Twitch and YouTube.
Well, Sam, it ain't what you and I thought. Actually, the 89 of Van Vliet got in the EOL for this one.
So he's not entirely misconstrued on that one, I think, Terry, because Philip did come down after the initial contact. So I could see, because we always go based off of when the caution flies, right? So
correct.
So I could see where he got that call, but I don't know. If Mark Arthur's giving Philip crap over the radio, I think he might want to relook that first initial contact.
I think you might be right on that. So here we are, ladies and gentlemen. We got Kyle Wellman in the lead. Taylor Butcher Benjamin running second. Paul Ellison.
Hey, Terry.
Yeah.
Taylor Butcher Benjamin still got a 0X.
That's awesome out of that 10 car.
Only driver out on track with a 0X.
So Kyle Wellman will be starting on the inside, Butcher Benjamin on his outside. Then we'll have Ellison behind the 42 and Sherman on the outside with Taylor Butcher Benjamin.
Hey, Corey Sherman had that problem with the fuel. Remember that, Terry?
Yes.
Now he was out there running around in, I think, 32nd position. He's up to 21st now. So there you go, everybody. That's why you stay in races.
Absolutely. Again, I don't know what happened with Bach over, but he's back up in 9th place again, Sam. On the lead lap.
It's a shame for Philip Van Vliet, though, man. I didn't think he would have that much damage to stay on pit road like that. Oh, it doesn't
Unless
matter.
they just tore the back of that car all to heck.
It doesn't matter, Terry. We're getting ready to go green flag racing once again.
Yep, doing our second green, white checkered. Once they make one lap, the next flag will end this race. Ladies and gentlemen, we are at 200 laps right now. Is fuel play going to play, Sam? See, 183 is last time Wellman pitted. 164, Benjamin, Ellison, and Sherman. 165 for Bennett. Wow. You know these guys at lap 164 are sweating it.
Oh, green, white checkered attempt number 2. Wellman in the lead. Butch Benjamin second. Paul Ellison, last year's winner, in third. Let's see what happens.
Fuel-wise, I'm going to say Wellman and Arthur are the real good ones right now.
Green flag.
And Bockover.
2 laps to go. They just got to get the white. Taylor Butcher Benjamin got a good launch there. Ooh, Wellman comes up. Got to watch that.
Taylor Butcher Benjamin on the outside of Wellman, trying to get around him on that outside line. Wellman is not, well, Wellman wasn't going to let him come down at all. Here comes Ellison with the 55 inside the 10 of Taylor Butcher Benjamin.
Well, across the line, we're going to get white flag in the air, presented by Priority Auto. Side by side for the race lead. Can Amanda Sherman do something up on that top groove? No run yet. Brian D's trying to get up there.
Regardless of what happens, this race is over. We don't have no more green, white checkers.
Down the back straightaway for the final time. Into turns 3 and 4. Side by side, Taylor Butcher Benjamin up on the high side. Kyle Wellman out of turn 4. I don't think anybody's going to get a run here. It's going to be Kyle Wellman, the wild man, taking home the win here at Atlanta.
Wow. Hell of a run out of Wellman out of that 42 car. Taylor Butcher Benjamin comes home second. Paul the Sleeper Ellison comes in 55, comes in third.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was a wild finish here, but I believe Terry is catching up with our third place finisher, Paul Ellison.
Paul Ellison, the sleeper, third place win tonight, man, in that 55 car. Walk us through this race tonight, man. There's all kinds of stuff going on.
Oh man, it was some race, I tell you. It was something constantly.
Well, I mean, you was up front a lot tonight. Where'd you start at? Started ninth. So yeah, we seen that 55 up there pretty much all night. Walk us through some of the stuff that was going on out there.
Well, I stayed up front for the first half of the race and felt pretty good. Then kind of got caught out when a caution happened when I was pitting one time. Then I got blocked by some damaged cars and I lost the draft and I thought I was done for then. Then got another lucky caution and got back in there. Then got caught up in the big one towards the end and had damage. I was a little off the pace, but I was able just to keep it clean enough and keep it tight enough to sneak it back through on third.
Well, I mean, it's an awesome job out of that 55. One thing I want to ask you, through the race, I've asked everybody this so far. The track condition for you, I mean, did it feel good in traffic? Was it good?
Yeah. I mean, the track and everything felt fine. We had to double stint the first set of tires, and it was pretty squirrely towards the end of that, but everybody was given pretty good room. It was almost like ice right before pit stops. And but then after getting back on the fresh tires, you just had to be patient and try not to hit the cars around you. But it kept happening.
Well, I think you was one of the guys that's picked tonight, there at the pre-show tonight, because you won actually here last season. So, all right, man, congratulations. Who you got on that car you want to thank tonight?
First off, got to thank CJR Graphics and Corey Rutherford and Joshua Rutherford and Joshua Rutherford, my team bosses basically. Corey does my paints in this and many other leagues. Mullet Music Productions, which is Josh's thing. Got to thank y'all with TSP. Mainly Blazing Pedals, who sponsored the whole series this year. We got Michael Falk, Savage Edge, who sponsored the whole thing. Priority Auto, Michael Falk, and I think that's it.
All right, bud. Well, we're off next week. Don't forget that. Then we'll see you in a couple weeks at Daytona, buddy.
All right, thanks, guys.
You bet.
Driver the number 55, Paul Ellison, coming home in third. And I'm catching up with our second place finisher, and that's Taylor Butcher Benjamin in the number 10. Taylor, first off, you're the only driver who got a 0X tonight. Congratulations, buddy.
Yeah, I was not really sure how, because I was around a lot of the stuff, and I almost ended up in the grass once coming to pit road and even got caught speeding. But a couple of times a caution flag saved me. Once early when Brian and Hank got wrecked, I made it on the pit road legally and got the kind of a free pass back to the front. And then there, I would have had to I would have been screwed as far as serving a penalty for speeding there. But the caution came out right after that, so it just ended up being an EOL. But other than all that stuff, really good to be competitive up front, and a lot of craziness up front, as you can tell too, but fortunately we were able to survive that. And if I could have just gotten a little more help on the last lap, I think I might have had a chance Kyle and I could have drag raced and it could have been a photo finish. But definitely take second after the way this season's gone so far. I mean, I've been close a few times as far as getting top fives. Like last week I should have got a top 5, but I ran my tires off too much at the end and Brian beat me, so it's good to get a good result tonight.
Absolutely, man. Hey, coming home in second place tonight. Good points tonight for that number 10. Good finish for MFRD, and the only car with a 0X out on the track. You got to be proud of that, and you got a little bit of bragging rights, I'd say, until we race again. Taylor, who you got to shout out on that number 10 for making it all happen?
Of course, MFRD guys, Brian, Dalton, Ty. We also had Hank in our chat for a while too. He was some good help before he got involved in some unfortunate stuff. And of course, thanks Michael Falk for the paint scheme. Thanks you guys for doing the broadcast and the group you're associated with. Yeah, a pretty fun night. And of course, thanks everybody for watching. I'm sure I'm forgetting a lot of people, but you know who you are, and thanks to you guys.
All right, Taylor, congratulations again on second place, and we're off next week for Mother's Day, so we'll see you the following week, man.
Yep, sounds good. You guys have a good night.
Taylor Butcher Benjamin, driver of the number 10, coming home in second. And I believe Terry is catching up with our race winner.
Kyle Wildman, excuse me, driver number 42, tonight's winner here at Atlanta. Man, awesome job out of that 42, bud.
Oh man, thank you guys. I am worn out. That was an eventful race.
Well, again, I was watching you occasionally, watch you come up through the field a little bit. So, walk us through some of the stuff you had to look at tonight.
For the beginning part of the race, I just wanted to stay in the back, wait for the wrecks to happen, and then with about 40 to go, I was like, all right, it's go time, and started making my way up there. Tried pushing some guys to the lead, and it just didn't pan out, so I dropped to the back. And then the 13, 63 laps down, man, he's just racing really aggressive, and he gets to my inside and hooks me through the grass. Somehow I save it, kept it straight, didn't bring out a caution, and luckily we got a caution there towards the end. I came in and got my last set of tires and just made my way through the field through there. And then coming at the end, Taylor had a really strong car. I think he had probably the cleanest car out there, but he just had no help on that outside, and luckily Paul decided to choose my lane and gave me a little push, and that was all I needed.
Yeah, Taylor actually is the only driver that walked away tonight with a 0X, so we've already congratulated him, but congratulations actually go to you, friend. Is this your first points race that you've won with Blazing Pedals?
Yes, sir, it is. I won the Clash this season, but this is the first Blazing Pedals points race I've won in 4 years. So that's it feels real good.
We thought so. I just wanted to make sure of that. So congratulations. Who you got on that car you want to thank, bud?
We're going to thank Tripods in the Wild, ARC Performance, my teammates at Five Kings. They got beat up pretty bad tonight, but they stuck around and helped out as much as they could. We got Butt Kicker, McConey Setup Shop, you guys in TSP putting on great shows all the time. Honestly, I'm so adrenaline filled right now, I can't even remember anymore.
That's fine, man. So don't forget, we're off next week for Mother's Day. Do something nice for your mom. We come back to Daytona Road, bud. So we'll get you back out of here, and we're about ready to close this thing up. Congratulations again, buddy.
Thank you, guys. Have a good night.
Yep.
That was your race winner, Kyle the Wildman Wellman. And I think, Terry, that's going to do it for us here at Atlanta for the TRJ Karting 294. First time winner. So if you voted first time winner, you got it. So congratulations to Kyle Wellman. Terry, you got any final thoughts?
Nope, just happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there, and we'll see you guys in 2 weeks at the Daytona Road Course.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That's going to do it for us here on True Sim Productions tonight. Make sure you go check out SavageEdge.com, Mullet Music Productions, TRJKarting.com, and all of our sponsors. And with that being said, happy Mother's Day to everybody, and we'll see you next week, or the following week. See you the following week, everybody.